All right, yeah. Welcome back, Chosen One. Welcome back, man, to another episode on Antonicus Aurelius Motivates. Yes, sir. And you already know how we do every time, man. Every time on my program here, which is not the program that they tried to put us in, we expose the matrix and all your haters, man. Monday, March 30th, man. Can you believe it, Chosen One? One day left in the month, man. We already almost about to close out this month, man. But, yeah, March 30th, 2026. And about to go ahead and get into this today and tell you about what it was, man. See, they minded your business, Chosen One. They spent a lot of their time minding your business when what they should have been doing was minding their own business. But they didn't do that, see? So they wasted their lives worrying about your life. And that caused you to lose a huge part of your life. So that's going to cost them their life for what they did to you. You see? Because they messed around with a chosen one. And I done told you, you're not to be played with. God said, touch not my anointed, do my prophets no harm. So let's go, man. And I'm going to break it down for you, you know? This is all because you refuse to be part of the program, though. You already know, Chosen One. So it made you stand out like a sore thumb. See, that's what happened, man. It made you stand out like a sore thumb. And it's even worse when you're in a small town, man. When you grew up in a small town or you were always around the same people all the time, it made it worse. But, you know, we have no other choice. We have to do what we have to do, and we have to adapt to the environment we were placed in, man. And we have to make whatever changes are necessary, you know, in our lives to do what we have to do. You know, to just continue to function, because we already know that's what they didn't want us to do, right? But you never claimed to be perfect, Chosen One. You never claimed that. But that's what they expected of you. Perfection, okay? But the last time I checked, there ain't nobody perfect, Chosen One, except for the one who we already know. Even though he was completely perfect, what did they do to him? See? Hung him on the cross. But we know he's the truth. We know that he shed his blood for us. And that's what covers our imperfections. That's what they don't know, though. Because you know why? They don't read his word. They don't. Their Bibles are dusty. And they read that dumb stuff. Scrolling on their phone all the time. They read that stuff on social media. They read their news. They read the news. And they read all that BS. And then they read you like you was the news. And then they talk BS about you with your name in their mouth when they don't have no right to do that. Who made them God? Where did they do that at? That's the question I want to know. Like they're God, right? Who made them God? Who made them judge and jury over your life? Like you don't make mistakes. Like you ain't human. Like you ain't just like every other person out here living and breathing out here trying to make a living. Trying to survive out here in this hostile environment. But you already know you saw through it a long time ago. And the only thing you wanted to do was make changes for positivity and stuff like that. But no, there couldn't be none of that, right? Because they have to control the narrative, man. And we already know what the narrative is, right? We know that's the program. But what did the program give us, chosen one? We see now what the program gave us, right? Everybody sees what the program gave us. It gave us prisons that's overflowing. It gave us dysfunctional family units where the mother is left to raise the family on her own. Very similar to what happened to me in my life. So that's part of the program. It's all part of the program. So here you come to try to change the program, but you can't change the program. They wanted you to get with the program. And when you didn't get with the program, then they wanted to take you out of the program. But they can't take you out the program, chosen one. Like I said, because he sent you to expose the program. And you're not to be played with. So they spent all their time worrying about what you was doing, worrying about how much money you was making, worrying about where you was going, worrying about you at your house. Here you are sitting at your house minding your business. And they come up around your house. And I know they sent people around my house to watch my house. You know they monitoring us, even right now. That's the reason why I keep my head on a swivel out here, chosen one. And you must do the same thing. Be vigilant. Keep your full armor on. And remember, only God can judge you, not them. You already know who you are in your head and your brain. You're a winner. They're the losers because they worry too much about you instead of worrying about themselves. And then they sent spells and curses on you to ruin you, to destroy you. But in the process of doing all of that, little did they know that they was doing all of that to themselves. Because some people that don't work on. Some people none of that junk works on. They don't know that. They don't understand that. You a diamond, chosen one. I done told you. You got that strength like none other. We're the best. We are the best. Not DJ Khaled and all of them. We are the best. Not all them fake ass, I'm sorry, excuse my language, forgive me, God, clowns out there in the industry, and we see what's happening to them now, right? See, pride goes before destruction. That's what the Lord said, though. We know the word, chosen one. Like I said, we know the word. So they talked all that nonsense for so long, right? For a very, very long time. But all of that is getting ready to come to an end. And it's beginning to come to an end. We are transitioning out of this system. They done had us all in. This is a whole different era we're moving into. And only the ones who didn't sell out and the ones who kept it real for the Lord, for the Most High, is going to be the only ones left out here in the new world with the new heaven and the new earth. We already know what the word tells us, that we will be the ones who inherit the earth. And we're going to take back everything they stole from us. Because they stole everything from us. And we ain't going to never forget that. We forgive, but we don't never forget what they did to us. It's always, it's going to haunt them for what they did to you, chosen one, for the rest of their life. Because they had no right to judge you and they had no right to attack you. And they think they got away with it. Like I said, they think they got away with what they did to you, you know. They think they got away with it, you know. And you know, it's unbelievable, man. Because you didn't deserve that type of treatment. You did not deserve that type of treatment, and I understand how it is, man. But God is a good God, man. All the time. He is. And he's going to help us make it through this, right? But hold that thought right there, chosen one, because I'm going to be right back with you in just a minute. I'm right here. I got to handle this business, but I'm going to be right back with you. So hold that thought right there. All right, chosen one. So I'm back now. So like what I was saying, though, you know, yeah, they minded too much of your business when they should have been minded their own business. And that's where they really, 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 really messed up. In a real major way. They messed up, man, when they did that. Because it's not their job. Who appointed them to be the person to worry about, like, being your overseer or your... Who appointed them to do that? Probably the government appointed them to do that. And paid them, or these people in the industry or whatever, because they saw your light. And like I said, it terrified them because they knew that, you know, if you was to ever get on the way you should have been put on, because you know you already the greatest of all time. If you would have got put on the way you should have been put on, then it would have been over for them, because everything they are about is demonic. And everything you are about is good and right and true, and would have, like, helped a lot of people in a lot of situations and could have really benefited society and stuff like that. But you're not the only one who did. I mean, you are not the only one who they did this to. They did this to many other chosen ones. we're all out there and we're speaking up. We're telling about our stories, you know? And it's gonna be known. See, what they thought was that it was never gonna be known. That they would just brush everything, sweep everything under the rug, you know? That it would never be known by using their money and all of that. By paying off the officials, paying off everybody to hide, you know? But I done told you in Amos chapter 9 about how they can't hide from God, you know? They can't hide. They can run, but they cannot hide from what they did to you, chosen one. And so now you see them switching up on you, right? Trying to be nice to you. Calling you sir. Holding doors for you in public and stuff like that. Because the smear campaign failed. That's what they get from minding somebody else's business when they should have just stayed in their own lane. See, why they had to swerve into your lane? Your lane, you was doing fine. You was right in your lane. You had your steering wheel straight. Okay, so you may have, you know, moved a little bit to the left or to the right, but you didn't go over into their lane. You didn't go over there. You stayed in your lane, where you knew you were supposed to be at. Here they come, all up in your lane. You know, like mayhem on that Allstate commercial. Coming all up in your blind spot. But you know, chosen one, now you done learned valuable lessons from all of this. You see, all of this was experiences, man. All of this was just your training ground, you know? That's really what it was. It was your training ground so you could gain all this knowledge and understanding about the nature of human people and what they do. And this was also, you could know now better about what you got to do. So you can know now better about how to be careful about who you're dealing with. And not to just let anybody come all up in your zone and just give them your respect. Now, I don't mean that you disrespect people or nothing like that. But what I mean is they got to earn your respect now that you done learned about what they did to you and about, you know, if they ever, and now that you've learned, this goes for anybody. Because you already know how it is out here right now, during this time we are in. You know, I done explained to you how they jump from person to person, these entities, man. So it don't matter where you go. It doesn't matter what you do. It's Ephesians 6:12, that's who we're fighting. The principalities of darkness. And it's very frustrating, man, because, you know, you want to be like Lex Luger and put them in the torture rack sometimes. Or you just want to, you know, Mike Tyson them. But you can't do that. Because you already know exactly what's going to happen. That'll give them exactly what they want, their cookies. And you're not going to give them no cookies. You've had to hand off all of them over to all of your enemies over to God. That's what you've had to do. And I know how it feels, chosen one. It hurts, man. And me, I'm still in the midst of my storm, man. You know? But I'm holding on to my faith. I'm not going to let go. For nothing. It was wrong what they did to you. It was terribly wrong. And there will be a price for them to pay for it. A steep price for them to pay for it. Like I said, they're not getting away with it. They think they got away with it, but they did not get away with it. And they think they're slick, man. They think they're slick. But they ain't slick. Because you got your full armor on. And you're more alert than you ever have been ever before now. Not saying that things can't still happen, because you know, even with your full armor on, chosen one, they will try to look for any crack in your armor to try to slip through. This is the reason why, like I said, we must, be very strict right now during this time. Stricter than ever. The spiritual warfare is at an all-time high. And then now you know that not only is the spiritual warfare at an all-time, but the actual physical warfare and wars and stuff like that is going on out here. Holy wars and stuff. End time wars, revelation style wars. So man, it's off the charts right now. Hold up 1 second. I'm gonna be right back with you though, chosen one. Hold up right there. Hold that thought. I'll be right back with you. See, another reason why they was mad at you though, chosen one, and I'm right back with you. Another reason why they was mad at you and why they did all of this to you, all of this thing where they minded your business, was because really the reason why they was doing that was because really you was handling your business. That's what you was always doing. You was handling your business. Because you're the type of person who you work with your hands, your hands are blessed. Your hands are blessed because not only have you seen where your work shines and all of that, and where like you was always like on point, other people had seen that before too in you and had complimented you and stuff like that. But their compliments were fake because you already know they was all fake too. And everything that is happening now is fake in 2026, and most all people out here is fake. You already know that, chosen one. So whatever they say to you that's nice and kind and friendly, just, about 98% of the time you can go ahead and figure that if they do that, there's some kind of ulterior motive behind that compliment or something like that. Unless there are other chosen ones like yourself who are genuine, who are real. Because like I said, we are the only ones left now. Everybody else out here is symbiotic creatures and creatures of the night, and they are the Walking Dead pretty much, and NPCs, robots. If you look at them in their face when you see them, they don't blink much with their eyes. They're very robotic in their nature and everything they do and how they move. They're not like us because they're part of the program. But this is what we know they've been building everything towards for a very long time, chosen one. Decades and decades and decades and decades they've been working towards this goal. To making the world like this, like the book 1984. Well, see, this is another thing that you do. You read books. They don't do that. They don't read books. Like I said, the only thing they read is BS. They talk BS, and then they try to send BS towards you. to try to throw a monkey wrench in your operation. Because your operation and your assignment out here has purpose behind it, has meaning behind it. Their operation and everything they do is whack, and it has no purpose. And it's just like everyone else. It's a copycat of the next person in the Matrix. It's just a copycat. It's all an illusion. It's all the cycle repeating itself. It's a loop. It's a constant loop. But you are that trend setter. You're that trend breaker. You're that, you came to break that cycle. But then you had to go through your own cycle. You had to figure out a lot of things on your own, chosen one, without no one else's help. Because you didn't have no one else but the Most High to help you. That's all you had to help you. And you knew no one was coming to save you. So you had to figure out everything on your own. But you put two and two together, and what really revealed it to you was how when the worst happened to you and you got knocked down to your lowest point, you saw everyone disappear. Right then, that was when it showed you who they all were. When they left you for dead. That's what showed you right then who they all were the whole time. But like I said, man, it's all good because we are still elevating, and this is still our winning season. And I don't care, like I said, what happens, because we know the word. And we are secure in him and in that. Isaiah 41:10, we don't have no fear. Psalm 91, Psalm 27, 1 and 2. So anyway, like I was saying, man, I just wanted to let you know what it was the whole time, and you already know what it was that they was minding your business when they didn't have no business minding your business, and they were swerving all into your lane, chosen one, when they should have just stayed in their own lane and did their own thing. But the reason why they was minding your business was because they saw your business. Because see, the chosen, those are the Most High. That's what we do. We tend to our business, and we handle our business, and our business shines so beautifully that it attracts a lot of severe jealousy, envy, and hatred. High level jealousy, envy, and hatred. Because our work is just so, excellent and lovely and, very, very attractive. Also, we attract in others who we are attractive. God made us attractive. That's another thing that causes the severe high level jealousy and hatred and anger and just it's just very high level and terribly awful hatred. They're hypnotized with hatred. That's what it is. That's what it always has been, chosen one, but you already know. You know what time it is. But you have to conduct yourself as a civil individual out here. Because you already know they own everything. And they're watching us on all these devices and You know, everything we do, they're watching us. So, and they're waiting. They're waiting. They're waiting for us to be like that TV show Snapped. They're waiting for you to snap, crackle, and pop out here, Chosen One. Don't do it. Don't ever do it, man. I know I can feel the tension. Like, I understand how it feels, you know. I can relate. So, I'm right there with you, man. But we always got to remember, man, to keep the mind of Christ, man. Every day, man. Show love, you know, and even to those who are not nice to us. You know, that's how we overcome this. I done told you we can't overcome this snap, crackling, and popping and crashing out and all of that. We can't. So anyway, I'm just going to leave that with you right there on the video. And then, you know, I'm going to get back with y'all on the next one, man. But for real, just always remember, you know, to stay prayed up out here right now. And to keep your full armor on. And don't let none of them get next to you for nothing, man. Because, yeah, I know it's working on you in the back of your mind. Because we already know it's up here in our mind is the biggest battlefield. Unless we conquer this battlefield up here, everything else around us out here, you know, unless we conquer the battlefield, once we done conquered the battlefield up here, and we have, you know, our peace up in here that nobody can enter, it's like we got walls around this right up here. And this is our, you know, our body is our temple, man. You know, and our mind and all of that. We just can't let nothing penetrate that. So the battlefield can be raging on all around us, but long as the battle up here is all right, long as we done won this battle up here, then the battle all around us out here can't do nothing to us. Like I said, it can't do nothing to us. The enemy, as long as there is no enemy within, the enemy without can do you no harm, Chosen One. You already know that. And you're not about to be against yourself. So, long as you're not going to do that, you know, you straight. But anyway, I hope this helped you out. And I'm about to go ahead and edit the video or whatever, then upload it today, get this content out there for you. And as always, you know, peace, love, light, blessings to you all. You know, we're going to win. We're going to do this. And I'm with you every day. And, you know, if you're new here, if you just came over to my channel, if you've been through, you know, the worst, like many of the chosen ones, and you've been attacked, you've been left for dead, you've been a victim of jealousy and hatred and envy, you know, we can relate to all of that over here. I can relate to that with you.
Then turn right onto
and if you are just seeking to improve yourself, to make yourself into the best version of yourself, and you're seeking to you know, just become better than you were yesterday, then everything we do over here is geared towards that and to positive, uplifting vibes. You know, everything like that. That's what we're all about over here. We're not about negativity and all of that low vibrational crap. And it's only certain few who can be here with us on that type of level. So if you're on that level, and if you're into the word of God and stuff like that, we share that over here too. Then if God put it on your heart, man, I appreciate it. Go ahead, click that subscribe button. Ring the notification bell so you can be notified whenever I create new content, and come join us over here where we motivate one another. This is a motivational channel where we motivate one another. just to keep on going out here. For those of you who may be going through your own personal battles, struggles, hardships, or whatever it is you facing out here, I know how it is. I know the feeling. So I'm here for you, man. All right? So till the next one, I'm going to catch y'all on the next one, man. Peace. I'm out.